robust urban garlic flavor. There you go. You got your moral support you just gave. The moral support is just something silly for viewers. It doesn't actually help me. It's just something silly for the chat. Robust content. That's right. It is robust.
Welcome to the world of DSP Gaming, where the streams are always positive, meaningful, and happy-go-lucky fun time. But guess what? Last week, DarkSidePhil disabled the moral support messages on Kick because he was throwing a fit that people weren't financially supporting him according to him. So he just has the boring default where you just cash in. It says you've redeemed 100 whatever for the stream. So it's pretty pointless and stupid now. So let's see what happens when Phil's audience tells them, hey, we want this fun thing back that every other streamer on Kick has, but you don't because you're 220.
So now I'm actually starting to line up a whole bunch of DSP tries-its for the month, which is great. It means that we don't have to on the fly be brainstorming new ideas and worrying what's the next one. We already know. Okay?
Okay, so you can't figure out what food to buy and you insist on having 45-minute bowl sessions with your chat to figure this stuff out, even though nobody cares. Congratulations, this is so awesome.
So let's get some support flowing for the Level 1 podcast. Let's get our first sub of the day over on Kick right now. Let's get our first super chat of the day on YouTube right now. Let's get our first tip of the day via PayPal right now. Let's do it. Let's get support coming from all different directions.
Feesbot says, are we closer to regaining our moral support messages? Well, Feesbot, have you seen an abundance of support coming from Kick recently? I think I rest my case. What did I say? I said, hey, if things pick up on Kick, if we start getting a whole bunch of support from Kick, then I would give you extra, right?
Except this isn't an extra thing, it's default messages. It is highlighted messages that show up on your stream like in Twitch. You don't have to pay to enable this, Phil. It costs you nothing. So you are just asking for money for nothing, which is pretty much par for the course.
That's exactly what I said. Has it happened? No. What it is, we're getting some regulars in here, which I appreciate. Your future stepdad coming in here, and every once in a while we get someone who's a person who's here every once in a while dropping 5 subs here or there. We get a few kicks here or there. There has not been any kind of an increase in support on Kick. So if we get it, if we get that rallying, we'll do it. And someone actually said, here's what someone said, all right? Why don't you set up a goal? And if we hit the goal of support on Kick, I give back the moral support messages. All right? Well, you asked for it. I mean, I didn't come up with the idea. You did.
And yeah, that doesn't mean you have to go along with it, idiot. You should just be an actual streamer and give your fans what they want. Because then, ultimately, money will come in. But you're too stupid to realize that. You feel like you have to withhold everything. And guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna massively overcharge like he always does.
You asked for it. You can have it. All right, let's do it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's set up a goal on Kick. Because we can do it. I forgot how to do it. Here it is. Set goals. I haven't done it. Set a subscription goal. Here we go. You want it? You got it. You ready for this? All right.
What's today's date? Today's the 5th. So I would have to set it up. Like, when would it end? It would end on... See, here's what's confusing about goals on Kick. Let's say I set it up and it says end on the 7th. Does that mean as soon as it becomes the 7th, the goal is over? Or does that mean you guys would have the entirety of the 7th to hit the goal?
I don't know. I don't know how it works. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, I want to go. Here's a goal. Okay. The goal is I want to get 125. That's right. 125 subs between right now and the end of Friday on Kick.
Alright, so let me translate this for you and put it in context. One Kick sub is $5, so he's asking for 125 subs. He is demanding his fans pay him $625. Not only that, this happened on Wednesday the 5th. It ends Friday the 7th. So in 3 days, he's demanding $625 from a stream chat that averages 50 viewers. Yeah, just let that sink in. Can you imagine how insane that is?
That's the goal. Can we get 125 subs? Because we lost a ton of subs almost 2 weeks ago, and we have stayed at the same level and not gotten any of them back.
Well, it's not their fault that you keep banning Iron Dead Sakai and it's like hundreds of dollars of weekly support, so the issue is you. Here's the thing, you know why Kick subs are down? Because about a month ago, you were able to send Kicks now. So people are doing that instead of sending subs. Because they're like, oh, here's 100 or 200 Kicks, which is $1 or $2 at a time, instead of one sub, which is $5. So Phil's not happy about that. He demands that you maintain the same level of subs that you were giving, plus the Kicks. See, he's timing and a half in everybody.
We lost them all. So within today, tomorrow, and all day Friday, can we get 125 subs on Kick? And that will start. Hold on, because I'm going to do an emote for it. You said an emote for the goal. I'm trying to find a good one. Or we'll do this one. Okay? The goal begins right now. So if you gift a sub or you become a sub on Kick starting right now, you're working towards that goal. If we get 125 subs between now and the end of Friday, you will get your moral support text messages back. I will add them and you will be able to use them. All right? That's the deal. Someone said to set it up. I've set it up. That's what we're working with. So let's go. You keep asking. Now you know what the criteria are. Let's get going.
And he sets the goal insanely high because he doesn't want to have an entertaining chat room. Yes, it is full of trolls, but look at what he does with his YouTube chat. It's the most boring, slow as molasses thing. If you talk about anything other than the game or feel positively, you are liable to be banned or given a scolding.
There you go. So, let's see. Again, people complain, so I give you what you're asking for. Now, will they actually live up to it, or are they just going to complain some more? Let's find out. All right, so that's set up now. I'll probably forget all about it within 5 minutes and not mention it again, unless someone reminds me, but...
Mind you, he has 6 streams, including this one, to hit the goal. His regular goal is 150, so probably something more reasonable would be the realm of $50 per day stream, $40 per night stream, or $30. So that would be around anywhere from $210 to $270. So let's say he asked for 50 subs. That would be more reasonable. This was a guy who had a YouTube membership goal of 100 plus each month. Now he's demanding 125 subs in 3 days. Do you see how lopsided that is?
Yes, I actually, no one's ever asked me this before. I'll answer the question from Sweet Codeine. Yes, I wear workout gloves when I work out. I don't just bare hand the weights. That's horrible for your hands. Like, it would destroy your hands. I have workout gloves. And for the most part, they work. I got a tiny little callus, like right here and right here from grabbing them. But outside of that, the workout gloves work great. They pad my hands very nicely. So yes.
All right, I just want to play this clip again. I know I played it last video, but it's just something that boggles my mind. He's claiming to be working out 5 to 6 days a week, but here he is struggling to do 6 push-ups. Unless he's incredibly sore, I don't really have an explanation about this, except he's just fluffing up his exercise routine.
Yeah, see it on camera. Bad view. Thanks all. Well, that's like the best I could do with my setup. That's like the best you could do with the setup here. And how did it look? I couldn't see it at all. Did it look all right?
Okay, so now we move to the last stream. The Kick Dents have to pay up, or their precious highlighted messages that everybody on Kick gets by default are going to be gone because DSP is an idiot.
Why does it not come out half the time? Half the time when Shao Kahn's doing the upper charge and he's above me, I do uppercut. I just duck. I press the button. You hear click, click, click. Nothing happens. It's just terrible. You know, it's absolutely atrociously awful. So anyway, thanks for watching. This was absolute torture, but I did beat it. I would argue that's actually a little harder than standard Ultimate MK3 because number one, I used a character that wasn't very good against the end of the game. Who was it? Reptile. But also, I think the controls are worse. I'm not kidding you. In that fight against Shao Kahn, the acid ball doesn't ever work. It doesn't come out at all. It's glitched where the acid ball is disabled during the final boss fight. Why? So this collection needs a lot of work, but I hope you enjoyed seeing me get my butt handed to me tonight in Ultimate MK4 WaveNet Edition. I wish I could have played Noob Saibot, but I didn't know how. All right. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Next time, we'll definitely do something different. Oh, man. All right. We got some support to shout out. That was like torture. That was like the game was punching me in the nuts. Oh my God, that was so bad. You like when someone speed bags your nutsack? I don't. I don't like my nutsack being struck. All right, so we have a few contributions. It looks like there was a $10 tip from an anonymous tipper saying good content and fun stream. Thank you for an anonymous $10 tip, whoever that is. Oh, and let me turn on the lights. Excuse me. Sadly, now because I went super late on that, now I can't do the clip. I wanted to do the highlight of the podcast today. I wanted to do the story about GTA 6. I just don't have time.
Yeah, the guy who has complete control of his schedule doesn't have time to ramble to you on camera for some reason. I guess he's too busy drinking gin and playing Champions tonight.
Sucks because that game was not worth it. I tell you, that is so broken. It's not worth it. It just gets you angry trying to play it. Because you're like, dude, I know what I'm doing. Why does a 4-hit combo not come out? Why is the game so awful? Okay. And then your future stepdad did 5 subs, meaning 6 total tonight.
And that's usually what he gets on a regular night. So in reality, 36 would be a typical over 6 streams. So his goal probably should have been something like 40 or 50 if you're doing that in that short a time. He was asking for 125. That shows you how ridiculous he charges things in his head. He upcharges this. If he was selling coffee to you, it would be 25 bucks for 8 ounces.
That's 25 more bucks to support. Sadly, we've come up 44 subs short of the goal for tonight. Therefore, you guys are not getting your messages back on Kick.
So that means he got 81 subs across 6 streams. That's $405 of support. And that wasn't enough because it's Darkside Phil and he doesn't want to do anything to make his audience experience better.
And I'm never enabling them ever again. Because people were so toxic and awful tonight that you're never getting them. So never ask ever again. You'll never get the text messages back in your moral support messages.
Yeah, of course they're salty because you set a goal that was unreasonable. When you set goals for anything, you have to make them obtainable for your audience. Otherwise, there's no reason to support it. I can't believe you got 81 subs. And honestly, you withholding those messages from your fans is really scummy. And then you charge them $625 for the privilege of having it again? Are you completely out of your mind? Like, if the Kick viewers were smart, they would just boycott his stream for 2 weeks, and then you would just see him begging to 5 people in the Kick chat. Can you imagine how funny that would be? And maybe that would get DSP to say, okay, if I re-enable this, maybe they'll come back. But people don't think like that. They think like, oh, I'm just gonna troll Phil, I don't care. Like, make Phil squirm.
Kick chat was totally awful tonight. Just a bunch of trolls. And I banned a bunch, but they just keep coming in. I mean, I could easily ban every one of them. But they idiotically are giving me money, so. Okay. We didn't hit the goal tonight. That's fine. Earlier today, I hit a double goal. for Pokemon, which obviously is amazing and awesome. So I'm certainly not going to sit here and whine and complain we did not hit a goal tonight. You guys are still amazing, still 100-something with only support from one person on Kick, right? And, you know, you guys on YouTube were great tonight. I appreciate all of you. You guys are awesome, except for the trolls that are spamming right now, but they're paying me, so I'm not banning them all.
Yeah, you gotta pay the troll toll to get in. That's why I say, hey, if there's 5 viewers on his Kick chat compared to 50, he will start sweating because you can't gift subs to 5 people over and over and over again. And once again, you gotta go above and beyond to get him to even do the most basic form of courtesy. He was saying, hey, I wanted 50 subs tonight. He wanted 250 plus whatever his YouTube chat got on that stream. And he already got 300 the stream before. He's absurd. Alright, so now let's look at Phil's daily FAP and see how he presents it.
If you're wondering why my hair is kind of messed up tonight, it's because tonight's Friday Night Fights was incredibly stressful. I'll tell you why in a second. Overall, today was an exceptionally good streaming day, and to be honest, I think this was a great week. I really did have a great week with everyone. I hope that you all enjoyed this first week of November with me. Tons of people came by to chill. Wasn't, you know, super high attendance stream, but the people that are there are very engaged and very supportive. Ladies and gentlemen, we raised not 1, but 2 support goals during today's Pokemon stream.
He runs his channel like it's a business. Like every viewer he has sits around the board table and he gives them figures that it's like, okay, I need this much money. You gotta give it to me. Who cares, Phil? They want to hear about the game. They don't even want to hear you ramble this stupid daily rap. They want you to edit your videos. They would enjoy that more. They don't need to hear a business report from you.
Amazing. You know, that's all. For Pokemon, we're hitting 2 support goals. That's sick.
Phil, you talk all the time about being successful. A lot of streamers raise $300 a lot easier than you do.
Tonight's late stream was Friday Night Fights, and we were doing the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and I laid it out to everyone. Listen, I'll play whatever you want. Do you want more Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero? Do you want to try this other weird game, Special Forces spinoff? Do you want me to go play some of the handheld games? No, people basically were saying, why don't you try that WaveNet version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. See what that's all about, alright? So a couple things. The game is slightly tweaked from the standard arcade edition. A little bit of difference with combos and the abilities of the characters. There is a playable noob Cybot in the game, although you have to enter a secret code to get him, so I thought he was going to be on the select screen and he wasn't. So I didn't get to play as him. I wanted to, but I didn't know it was going to be some weird special select thing to get him. But sadly, if you can believe it, this version of the game actually controls even worse than both the arcade edition of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. This version of the game is the worst. It drops the most inputs. It has the most input delay. It's just atrocious. And the problem is, it has the same busted AI as Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So imagine you're trying to face insurmountable odds and defeat every enemy that's reading your inputs and cheating, while half of your moves don't come out.
Phil is the only streamer that I hear regularly complains about a game cheating.
Oh my god, is it hard, okay? Then we got the Shao Kahn. This game is horribly broken. The WaveNet edition of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 in this collection is horribly broken. The Shao Kahn boss fight is completely glitched. Number 1, both of the acid ball special moves that Reptile does, he goes like this and a big acid ball floats forward, don't work in the fight. At all. They just don't come out. You'll just punch like this. It will never come out. It's a glitch. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've never played a fighting game where I went to fight a boss and half my special moves are disabled. I don't even know how to explain it. It's glitched. In addition, the game all of a sudden
Starts to drop half my inputs.
that combo would only come out about 50% of the time. I wish that was an exaggeration. It would just start dropping inputs right in the middle of 4 hits. That's how bad this game is. That's how bad this version is. I do not recommend anyone play the WaveNet version, but there is a lot of stress and a lot of cheating and a lot of just dropped inputs and nonsense at the end. It's incredibly frustrating. Stressful night. Now, support Did we hit a goal tonight? Sadly.
I like how this guy thinks everybody cares about the goals. Nobody cares, Phil. Oh, look, I got money tonight. Oh, look, I didn't get as much money as I wanted. Cry me a river, Phil. It's not a huge deal. And this is why people latch onto you, because no other streamer does this as far as I know.
No, if you can believe it, we hit a goal every single stream this week except this one. Mortal Kombat has hit the goal every time we played it so far. I don't know why it didn't tonight. Maybe because it was another attempt to beat Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Although it's a different version, it's still the same game. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe people are liking it when it's more original content every time and it wasn't a redo. We still hit over $100. So I'm not going to sit here and complain in any way, shape, or form.
Dude, you are complaining. This has nothing to do with your audience. It doesn't matter to them if you got money or not. What matters is if they enjoyed the gameplay. What matters is if they enjoyed the commentary. You do not get it. You think it's all about you and about your money. That's why your streams suck.
Because I feel like I definitely still got support. Not hitting the goal, but I mean, we got a double goal earlier today. I'm not going to sit here and complain, but it is what it is. I do hope that when we play more Mortal Kombat next week, that we hit goals again.
Oh my 220, that is a complaint, Phil. You are whining. Every time you say, I'm not gonna complain about it, you start to complain. Oh, I hope we hit goals next time. I'm so upset I didn't hit the goal this time. Shut up! Seriously! And you wonder why you get trolled relentlessly. This is what you consider content? You getting money or not? You are so idiotic. And you say you don't beg for money? Come on.
Might have just been because of what happened tonight, okay? Now, the only final thing that I'll say, insane amount of trolling in the Kick chat tonight. I had to ban a whole bunch of people because there was no moderators around. It really sucked that it happened like that. I didn't want it to go down like that.
That's what happens, Phil, when you try to extort trolls. They start trolling relentlessly. You seriously thought that you were going to get away with setting a goal so high that your Kick chat couldn't pay for? Come on.
Basically, what happened is last week, people were absolutely bothering me to add these new messages, these moral support messages. If you don't know, when you watch the stream on Kick, you earn channel points. I have the system set up that you can redeem the channel points for moral support highlight messages in the chat. But there's no text in them because trolls were finding a way around getting banned and using moral support to say things that were horrendous, like saying things about me and my family, you know, and you couldn't stop them. Even banned, they could still do it. So I had to turn these off. So last week, people begged me and said, please turn them on. Please turn them on again. The bug is fixed. Okay. I turned them on. For 2.5 days, no one supported me on Kick. That's not an exaggeration. I think in 2.5 days, I got like 2 subs and like 100 kicks. No one cared on Kick. I'm like,
dude, you have 50 concurrent viewers. That's gonna happen.
So let me get this straight. I went out of my way because you kept begging me for this. I gave this feature to you, and then you decided to stop supporting me. So forget it, and I turned it off.
Oh my 220, you are such a baby. You didn't go out your way, you just clicked a stupid button. You're acting like you pushed a boulder up a hill. You expect reciprocity all the time. Relationships don't work like that. But you build your streams around that, so you're basically leeching off of everybody else. But you don't see it this way. You just see it as being honest or something stupid like that. You just beg and guilt and whine and play the victim and try to get as much pity bucks as you can. And really stupid people fall for it.
So now everyone freaked out. Like, no. What it is, you're a bunch of trolls. Most of the Kick chat, let's be honest, is trolls. There's a few people who are fans, but outside of that, there's mostly trolls who sit there and say toxic stuff all stream.
Yeah, but what about the actual fans that lose out on an experience over this? You're gonna lose them too, Phil.
And I let it ride, but I'm a little too lenient over there, I think. And so people think that they could just behave however they want. All right. So this week, people said, well, we want them back again. And I said, well, I'll bring them back, but you got to support the channel. Maybe if we get a whole big rallying of support this week, maybe I'll bring them back. And so we were midweek through, and I said, it still hasn't happened. So then people were like, well, then set up a goal. Set up a goal of support. And if we hit the goal, then we'll get these messages back. Okay? 125 subs in 3 days. Oh, that's too many. Oh, that's too many. I said, set up a goal. I set you up a goal. So
Yeah, Phil's gonna play hardball with the trolls. What he doesn't get is that the actual people that support him on Kick are not trolls. So are they gonna keep giving you money after you say, hey, I'm not gonna give you this feature? Like, think about it, Phil. You're just banking on them all being sock accounts from YouTube.
As of yesterday, we had, I think, like 16 subs, something like that, and we had 109 to go. But what happened was the goal disappeared because I set it up for the wrong date. So this morning, the goal had disappeared. I was like, oh, shit, it was supposed to be running till the end of Friday. So I reset the goal, and I actually did everyone a solid. I said, I'm going to go down to just 75. You still needed to do 109 subs. I'll go to 75. We'll actually completely shrink the goal.
Okay, so you were still 41 off, so you only made 34 subs, which would be $170. If you made the goal 50 subs, you would have hit it, Phil.
So I did that. Earlier today, someone did 25 subs on the first stream. So now it's only 50 to go. And we could have done it tonight.
$250 on Kick in one stream. Are you joking, Phil?
What happens is tonight, people come to the chat. It's all the trolls. And all they're doing is spamming the chat saying, oh, he's not giving us the messages. And, you know, again, I'm playing a busted version of Mortal Kombat. And they are literally sitting there trolling, spamming hundreds of messages a second. Now, the funny part is, what they don't realize is that I'm making money off of that. I'm in the Kick KCIP program, so all those idiots who sat there spamming all night paid me. So I let it go, but I told them at the end of the night, it's this simple. Since you misbehaved and you're acting like children, don't ever ask me for this stuff ever again. I'm not going to give it to you. So there you go. You know, maybe at some point in the future, there will be a rallying of support from positive people on Kick, and I'll be like, hey, okay, maybe I'll do it. I'll give you those messages. But the vast majority of people on there are definitely trolls and losers, you know, leftovers from Kino Casino who never left and or got banned and come back with 400 sock accounts.
Yeah, Phil, but you're making money off of them because they're your viewers. So you don't really want them to suddenly leave.
So they're going to keep behaving like that, and I make money on it, so I'm not going to really do anything about it. But I'm certainly just not going to let them derail my stuff, so I'm just not going to care anymore. Every time that someone says, hey, can we get those highlighted messages back? I'm just going to ban the account. Then we don't have to listen to it anymore and have to waste my time on it.
Hey, can we comment on your videos? No. Hey, can we have the most basic things on this platform that allows for interaction and engagement, which you claim to want? No. Hey, can I give you constructive criticism? No. Wow, this is a chill, positive streamer right here.
Okay? So I'm sorry if you were in Kick Chat and you were like, what is going on? That was a wave of trolls that was definitely sent in there to be disruptive.
Phil, I'm doubting that somebody sent them into your chat to bother you. They just do it just because. You made a huge announcement on Wednesday, and you didn't think they would come to the last stream? Are you dumb? Alright, everybody. Thank you for watching DSP Scams It. This is Robust turning off the station. Be sure to like and subscribe on your way out.